You showed the Changli picture to the banker when you were taking the loan and need the lore? For real? Okay, so here's what happened. Join me every Friday and Saturday at noon EST over on Twitch at Stix and Mrs. Stix. Okay, so here's what happened. I wanted to S6 my character. I wanted to S6 Changli, so I wanted to take out a mini loan to you know, acquire the funds necessary to S6 her. So I went to the bank and I walked into the bank and, you know, there was a person there to like, what do you want? I was like, I'm looking for someone I can talk to about loans. She directed me to this guy in like a little stall. I sat down in the stall with him and I was like, hey man, I'm looking to take out a loan. I only need like $1,500, maybe $2,500. And he's like, oh sure, what do you need the loan for? And you know, like they want to ask you these questions to make sure you're not gonna do something horrible with it. So I'm like, yeah. So I sat him down. I'm like, so there's this game that I'm playing. And he's like, okay, go on. And I'm like, there's something I want in the game that I'm playing. And he's like, hey, that costs $2,500. I'm like, well, you don't understand. Okay, like, it is worth the $2,500, trust me. And he's like, I don't think any video game is worth $2,500. I'm like, well, no, this definitely, like, of all the things in all the video games, this is 100% worth the $2,500. And he goes, I don't think we can, you know, like, write that $2,500 check, give you the $2,500 loan for a video game. And I'm like, well, okay, let me, hold on. So I pulled up my phone, I Googled, went to Google Images, I typed in Changli Wuthering Waves. So then I hand him, like, I placed down the phone, I'm like, trust me, you'll understand. So I got a picture that was actually kind of similar to this. And I slid the phone over to him on the table. He picked up the phone, he held it up to his face, he looks at it, and then he looks at me. And he looks back at his phone, or my phone that he's holding in his hand. He then places the phone back down on the table. He slides the phone back over to me. He looks back up at me. I'm still staring at him because I'm waiting for his response. And he just, like, while staring me right in the eyes, he just smiles. He goes. So he smiles at me while staring at me after seeing what I wanted. What I wanted was Changli. An S6 Changli. So, after smiling, I smiled back. I knew, you know, there was a recognition there. He probably played gacha games himself. He understood, he knew that it was imperative. I have the funds necessary to S6 Changli because she is arguably the best waifu in any gacha game anywhere in the whole world. Any video game anywhere in the whole world. So he smiled, I smiled, there was this mutual recognition from one another, and I got the $2,500 loan to S6 Changli. That's a story, that's a lore behind the banker and I that I was discussing in my Wuthering Waves review that I posted earlier today, which you should watch, by the way, and also subscribe to the channel. And like the video and leave a comment on. He took a loan out too. After seeing that, what he did was he actually went to his manager, his supervisor, and then he asked for the loan. After finding, like, because he looked at my phone and he saw I typed in Wuthering Waves Changli sexy. So he knew what the game was and who the character was. So, you know, when I go back there, probably like in a month or two, whenever they release Scar and probably Camellia alongside him, and I go back there and I ask for another loan, he's probably gonna be like, dude, you got me addicted on Wuthering Waves. And I'm gonna be like, I know, and I'm sorry. Well, I'm not even sorry, you're welcome. You don't need to speak, but just show the picture. That is exactly what happened. Yes, exactly. No need for anything more than that.